प्यारे साथियों, आदाब। जो आज हम वीडियो बना रहे हैं, इसमें हम जो न्यूज़ आइटम्स कवर कर रहे हैं वो है 15 दिसंबर 1999, 15 दिसंबर 1989। इससे पहले जो हमने वीडियोस तैयार किए हैं 1 जनवरी 1989 से, उम्मीद है आपने वो देख लिए होंगे। ये जो वीडियो हैं ये 1989 का आखिरी वीडियो है। पहला न्यूज़ आइटम जो पब्लिश हुआ था ये है 15 दिसंबर 1989। कश्मीर वैली पुट अंडर कर्फ्यू। 5 towns of Kashmir Valley were put under indefinite curfew and army was called out as 5 persons were killed and over 50 injured in militant violence today. और लिखा है, according to senior police officer intelligence reports had indicated that the militants planned to strike at some government installations and take some top government officials as hostage. There were also reports that the militants wanted to capture the historic Jamia Masjid and install a new Mirwais. The present Mirwais, Moli Farooq, had described the kidnapping of Dr. Rubia Said as, within quotes, un-Islamic. The cabinet had another meeting today and reviewed the law and order situation in the state. The Chief Minister, Dr. Farooq Abdullah, Chief Secretary, Mr. Musa Raza, and some ministers left for Delhi in the afternoon on summons from the Prime Minister, Mr. V.P. Singh. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम published on the same date, 15th December 1989, headline, India-Pak clash at United Nations over Kashmir. Details हैं, India clashes with Pakistan last night after a Pakistani delegate chose to abuse the special United Nations session there in the office of United Nations. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम published on the same date, that is 15th December 1989. Headline, 2 killed in firing. Indefinite curfew imposed in Sopore. Army called out. Police station stormed in Baramulla. Details हैं, in fresh spate of violence involving Baramulla and Sopore, towns of North Kashmir, 2 persons were killed and 6 others seriously injured as security personnel opened fire to disperse violent mobs, shooting pro-militant and anti-India slogans. ये तो है shouting pro-militant and anti-India slogans. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम published on the 16th December 1989. Headline, more forces rushed to Kashmir Valley. Curfew and army patrolling in 5 towns in the Kashmir Valley continued for the second day today as the Jammu and Kashmir police received some arms and arrested ये received है। ये तो मैं फिर से पढ़ लूँगा। ये पब्लिश न्यूज़ आइटम है 16th December 1989। हेडलाइन है इसकी, मोर फोर्सेस रश्ड टू कश्मीर वैली. कर्फ्यू एंड आर्मी patrolling in 5 towns in Kashmir Valley continued for the second day today as the Jammu and Kashmir police recovered some arms and arrested several persons in raids on hideouts of the militants. According to Press Trust of India, a large contingent of paramilitary forces were flown today into trouble-torn Kashmir Valley following a decision by the authorities to take stern action against anti-national elements even as arson and violence by militants and their supporters continued. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम पब्लिश्ड ऑन द सेम डेट दैट 16 दिसंबर 1989 ये है आर्मी आउट इन श्रीनगर अनंतनाग 5 killed as police opens fire in 2 South Kashmir towns in different curfew also in summer capital Srinagar Shupian militants open fire hurled a petrol bomb 5 persons were killed and several others injured as large-scale violence leading to police firing broke out in two major towns of South Kashmir, Anantnag and Shupian. Indefinite curfew was imposed in most parts of the Kashmir Valley, including the capital city of Srinagar. Curfew was clamped in two North Kashmir towns, Baramulla and Sopore, yesterday. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम पब्लिश्ड ऑन द 17 दिसंबर 1989 हेडलाइन है जम्मू एंड कश्मीर कर्फ्यू टू बी relaxed today. Raids on suspected hideouts of militants continued and curfew and army patrolling remained in force for the third consecutive day today without break as one youth drowned in the Jammu when chased by the CRPF Jawans. In Srinagar, the restrictions were being relaxed for 3 hours in downtown Srinagar from 8 a.m. morning to 11 a.m. morning, and in uptown areas, including the civil lines area, curfew would be relaxed from 12 noon to 3 p.m. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम published on the same date, that is 17th December 1989. ये हैं police firing in Srinagar, Handwara, massive combing searches in Kashmir, several arrested, arms seized, National Conference office burnt, Tahsildar injured, militants open fire as curfew continues. Details हैं security forces launched intensive search and combing operations for apprehending the militants in different parts of the valley as indefinite curfew continued for the third consecutive day in Sopore for the second day in 4 major towns including the capital city of Srinagar. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम published on the same date, that is 17th December 1989. ये है headline Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front vows to attack more Indian targets. ये हैं Kashmiri militants kidnapped the Indian Home Minister's daughter for 5 of their jailed colleagues have vowed to continue hitting Indian targets in Jammu and Kashmir, a leader said today. Amanullah Khan, chairman of Pakistan-based Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front, said the militants will wage a campaign of terror, including hijacking, killings, and kidnapping. A news item published हुआ था 19th December 1989. Headline: More curfew relaxation today. Arson in Srinagar, bomb hurled in Anantnag. Barring one incident of arson, curfew relaxation in phases in Srinagar today passed off peacefully. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम पब्लिश्ड ऑन द 20 December 1989. ये है हेडलाइन वन किल्ड इन श्रीनगर ड्यूरिंग कर्फ्यू रिलैक्सेशन पीरियड बॉम्ब हर्ड इन बारामुल्ला स्टोनिंग इन सोपोर अनंतनाग. डिटेल्स हैं वन पर्सन वाज शॉट डेड एट Panther Chowk post on the outskirts of the city this afternoon when he did not slow down his scooter on a signal by security personnel on duty. The deceased, identified as Ghulam Hassan Raja of Gandarbal. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम पब्लिश ऑन 22 December 1989, हेडलाइन कर्फ्यू इन सोपोर। डिटेल्स हैं डे कर्फ्यू was reimposed in Sopore town following violence and police firing today, while BSF Jawan was wounded in a bomb blast at Fateh Kadal, reports agencies. One person was injured when the police opened fire to disperse a violent mob indulging in heavy brickbatting. Several policemen were injured in the stone throwing. Militant threw a petrol powerful bomb on a state transport bus at Fateh Kadal, damaging the vehicle and injuring a BSF Jawan standing nearby. ये दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम पब्लिश हुआ था 23 December 1989। हेडलाइन है टू इंजर्ड एज मिलिटेंट्स हर्ल्ड अ बॉम्ब इन श्रीनगर, फायरिंग इन सोपोर। One person was seriously injured when police opened fire in the upper town of Sopore as violence broke out soon after the day curfew was lifted. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम है, ये पब्लिश हुआ है, ये तो एक न्यूज़ आइटम है प्यारे साथियों, एक न्यूज़ आइटम रह गया है जो पब्लिश हुआ था 21 December 1989। ये तो मुझे पहले उठाना था, ये 22 से पहले मैं इसको उठा रहा हूँ। ये है 21 December 1989 का न्यूज़ आइटम। इसमें हेडलाइन है जम्मू एंड कश्मीर मिनिस्टर्स सबमिट रिजिग्नेशन। डिटेल्स हैं ऑल मिनिस्टर्स ऑफ द कोलिशन मिनिस्ट्री इन जम्मू एंड कश्मीर टुडे submitted their resignation to the Chief Minister Dr. Farooq Abdullah to enable him to reconstitute his cabinet. The ministry consists of 11 cabinet ministers of and ये तो मैं इसे और रिपीट कर लूँगा। The ministry consisted of 11 cabinet ministers, 5 of the Congress and 6 of the National Conference and 16 members of the state. The chief minister was reported to have told his ministers that he wanted to reduce the size of his ministry and sought their resignations. The chief minister sought the resignation of his ministers after holding a night-long meeting and discussions with Sheikh Nazir Ahmad. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम जो पब्लिश हुआ था 26 December 1989, ये है ऑल पार्टी मीट ऑन जम्मू एंड कश्मीर soon, Mufti. The Home Minister Mufti Mohammed Said today sought the help of all political parties in dealing with the militant problems in Jammu and Kashmir. He told Rajya Sabha that the government would soon convene an all-party meeting to discuss the situation in Jammu and Kashmir. The Home Minister was replying to a calling attention motion tabled by Mr. M.C. Bandari, Congress member, and others on the situation in the state. Mr. Said said that the militant problem in Jammu and Kashmir was graver than that in Punjab. Mufti Said accused that Rajiv Gandhi government and state government of allowing these militants to win the sympathy of some people. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम जो पब्लिश हुआ था 26 December 1989, हेडलाइन है over 30 arrested, cop critically injured as militants fire in Khaniyar. CRPF sub-inspector dies of grenade wounds. Details हैं the militants today opened fire in Khaniyar, critically injuring police constable Abdul Ghani. The incident caused panic in the affected and neighboring areas. People rushed to their houses nearly 2 hours before the end of the curfew relaxation period. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम जो पब्लिश हुआ था 27 December 1989। ये है हेडलाइन, कॉल टू कर्ब जम्मू एंड कश्मीर militants. Speakers at a conference on the current situation in Kashmir have urged the government at the center and in Jammu and Kashmir to take necessary steps to arrest further deterioration in the situation. Further, they have appealed the government to help in creating an atmosphere of peace and progress in which all Kashmiri, irrespective of caste, creed and religion, could hope to live. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम जो पब्लिश हुआ था 27 दिसंबर 1989, ये है हेडलाइन, फ्रंट अरेस्ट्स फेक मिलिटेंट्स विद कोट्स। ये हैं डिटेल्स। Kashmir Students Liberation Front today claimed to have arrested about half a dozen youth who were posing to be activists of the front while looting innocent people. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम जो पब्लिश हुआ था 28 दिसंबर 1989, ये हैं मुस्तफ़ा रमज़ान elevated, Kichlu Maqbool among 9 ministers dropped, Hitashi replaces Suman at junior level. Details हैं, much awaited reshuffle of the State Council of Ministers was effected here this evening. 9 ministers were dropped, 2 elevated and 1 Minister of State inducted. News item जो published on the same date, that is 28th December 1989. Headline, blasts unabated in Srinagar, Anantnag. 2 bomb explosions rocked Srinagar, causing damage to 2 buildings, including a cinema hall. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम published on the same date, that is 28th December 1989. Mirwais wants National Conference activists relieved of arms. Awami Action Committee Chief Mirwais Moli Faro had expressed his serious concern over the issuance of arms to the ruling Nation Conference activists, alleging that these were being used for harassing and terrorizing innocent people. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम published on the 29th December 1989, headline, curfew in Sopore after violence. Details हैं, curfew was reimposed in Sopore township of North Kashmir today following violence after the Friday prayers in which several people were injured. Militants today shot at and critically injured a police officer here in an explosion. 3 bombs damaging a post office and a police station since last night. Mr. Abdul Majid, the divisional officer of the Urdu Bazar Police Division, was shot by militants at Badshah Tomb at Maharajganj. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम जो पब्लिश हुआ है सेम डेट 29th December 1989, ये है हेडलाइन, क्रॉस फायरिंग इन पुलवामा, police officer among 3 injured in Srinagar, blasts unabated. Bomb blasts and shootouts continue to be the main feature of the militancy in the Kashmir Valley. 1 police officer, Mr. Abdul Majid, and 2 other civilians were injured in a shootout in Urdu Bazar in interior city of Srinagar this morning. और एक न्यूज़ आइटम जो पब्लिश हुआ था 29th December 1989, ये रिपीट होता है. More blasts in Kashmir. 6 blasts rocked different parts of Kashmir Valley today, causing damage to government vehicles and buildings, including residential houses. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम ये पब्लिश हुआ सेम डेट 29th December 1989, ये हैं protesters in Srinagar, militants fire, injure DSP. ये हैं मिस्टर अली मोहम्मद मीर, DSP हजरतबाग was shot at by some unidentified militants in Aram Masjid area near his residence in Khanyar, injuring him seriously. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम पब्लिश्ड ऑन द 30 December 1989. Two injured in police firing. Indefinite curfew reimposed in Sopore. Army stands by. Details हैं indefinite curfew was clamped on the Sopore town in North Kashmir after two people were injured in the shootout incident soon after the Friday prayers today. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम 30 December 1989. 47 Mirwais supporters get parole. The state government today released 47 persons arrested from Jammu Masjid complex in Srinagar on charges of holding hundreds of devotees hostage in the historic mosque on August 25 last, on parole from 3 different jails of Jammu regions in this afternoon. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम published on 30 December 1989. Cop among two shot, blast raw Kashmir. Without any let-up in violence in the Kashmir Valley, militants today killed two persons, including an assistant sub-inspector of police, and critically wounded a deputy superintendent of police. Third in as many days else aware in the Kashmir Valley. Militants exploded about 5 bombs, causing minor to extensive damages to several structures, even as the situation in curfew-bound Sopore township was officially stated to be peaceful. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम पब्लिश हुआ था 31 December 1989. ये है DSP critical after bullet injury. Cop ex-serviceman gunned down by militants. A head constable was shot dead and a DSP critically injured in two separate incidents of shooting in Srinagar today. Mr. J.M. Qadri, an orderly with the SP counter-intelligence for the last 10 years, was gunned down in the Ranavari. प्यारे साथियों, ये थे न्यूज़ आइटम्स जो पब्लिश हुए थे 1989 दिसंबर, और इसी के साथ हमने कंप्लीट किए सारे वीडियोस जो न्यूज़ आइटम्स आए थे उस वक्त 1989 में 1999 में, जो हमने वीडियो सीरीज़ बना लिए 1 जनवरी 1989 से 31 दिसंबर 1989 तक. ये तो था आज का ये लास्ट वीडियो. आपने जो वीडियोस हमने बना लिए, सीरीज़ ऑफ वीडियोस बना लिए अंडर द टाइटल कश्मीर स्पीक्स सिंस 1989, आपने वो देखे होंगे, और हम आपके फीडबैक का इंतज़ार करते रहेंगे और उम्मीद है आपने देखेंगे. तो इसके साथ मैं ये भी कहना चाहता हूँ, अगर कोई गलती होगी इन न्यूज़ आइटम्स के पढ़ने में तो उसके लिए हम माजरत खा और माफ़ी भी चाहते हैं. और इसी के साथ ये 1989 के वीडियो सीरीज़ यहीं पर एंड हो रहे हैं, और उसके बाद आपके साथ मुलाकात होगा दूसरे वीडियोस के साथ जो हम उठा रहे हैं 1 जनवरी 1990 से. इसके साथ ही आदाब, दूसरे वीडियो के साथ लेकर आपके साथ और फिर मुलाकात होगा. आदाब.